Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Walk Talk. I'm Captain Canada, or you can call me Joseph if you prefer. Um, we're continuing on our reaction to Super Sweet Shirt Co. Oh, not that, to Aaron reacting to a Phoenix Jones documentary. We have a name now, but I want to take a moment to acknowledge that he's going through a tough time, and he mentioned this in a comment, so I hope it's not too personal bringing this up. But he just lost his dog, and that's a terrible thing. I mean, you can't replace a furry family member; they're irreplaceable. Even if you get another dog, you, every dog is unique and special. And I'm so sorry that this happened to you, to your family. We're all in this together, buddy. I just don't know what to say. There's obviously nothing I can do, but I'm going on my walk for lost loved ones on May 11th, and a big part, or what used to be a big part of it, not so much now. I'm doing a bad job advertising it, but I'm supposed to collect names to write on my pallet. Um, they don't have to. It is to raise awareness for suicide prevention, but it's also for loss in general, and we all lose loved ones. And so, if you wanted to submit the name of your loved one or submit your own name because you're the person who is experiencing loss right now, I would really appreciate it. I wouldn't do that without asking or anything like that. But if you wanted your name or your lost loved one's name on my pallet, I would gladly write it on there, and I will carry it the 50 miles with me. Yeah. Um, I also wanted to go over some cape stuff in a second here because I'll just go over it. I have a different Velcro setup. It doesn't crisscross and go over like it did before. Now it's just two separate Velcro or four. How do you count Velcro? One, two, like so. It's it connects in two different spots, but there's four connectors because one side's fuzzy and one side's little hooks. Uh, but it doesn't twist, or the cape doesn't have to do a crisscross, and so there's less to go wrong, because sometimes if the Velcro is brand new, it doesn't want to rip cleanly, but when I have it like this, it rips really cleanly. I don't want to do it right now because I have to do my squats, but I'll show you in a second. One, and we are preparing to carry the pallet 50 miles. That's why we're doing the squats. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm actually doing what I was talking about before. I picked it up and set it down with my left side because I always do it with my right side, and I need to practice motions like that with my left side so I can have some balance. But this is what I was going to show you about the Velcro. It's kind of hard to see because it's dark in here. Sorry, that's actually so you can see the screen better. Whew. Sorry, I'm a little winded. I have been under exercising lately. And that's not a good thing. I need to be amping it up. So anyways, see how that rips cleanly? There's 1, 2 connectors here. There's 1, 2 connectors here, and they just connect. It's only one way they connect. And it connects a lot easier than the way I had it before, but it rips very easy, and that's the point. I'm not going to get strangled by my cape. I want to emphasize that over and over again. I want to bring back capes. I think capes are cool, but I also want to bring them back in a state that is safer, because people talk about how easy it is to choke yourself with capes, and they're right, but that's because I think people were just wearing them wrong, to be honest. Don't tie a blanket around your neck. Have some kind of a breakaway tie, either a snap or Velcro, and you can get that at Dollarama. That's where I get mine. I get bungees with the Velcro on them. But enough going on about that. We need to watch some more of this video so we can actually get a little bit farther so we can eventually make it to the end of this. I'm really enjoying reacting to our friend Aaron from Super Sweet Shirt and Co. Aaron's reactions are just really great, and even when I don't agree with him, I remember having a similar opinion of Phoenix Jones in the past, where I probably, well, I never really looked down on the real life sandwich handlers, and it's not that he really looked down on them, but it's the idea that Phoenix Jones is on this level up here, and the guys handing out sandwiches are down here. But I always bring up Thanatos from Vancouver, who again got stabbed pretty good handing out money and sandwiches. But I hate to repeat myself, so let's hurry up and watch this because I talk way too much. Come on now, where's the fucking remote? I'm not even ready to go here. Okay, let's watch.
A brief golden age of heightened popularity, strong relations with police, and a series of disciplined, systematic patrols. But unbeknownst to Phoenix, a hidden fault line was beginning to appear, one which would not only grow to jeopardize the movement, but would foreshadow Phoenix's ultimate.
There's El Caballero. I'm getting better at pronouncing his name. He accepted my friend request on Facebook. It's possible it's not really him because people have impersonators all the time, but I'm friends with El Caballero. I can say that name.
And unexpected fall from grace.
Awesome. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to our patrol tonight.
Yes, hello, all four of you.
All right, I am pulling up the crime trends in Seattle lately here so we can see exactly what's going on.
Would you like us to come over there and take a look, babe?
Yeah.
All right, let's go take a look here.
With more fame than any real-life superhero had ever experienced, Jones began to assume a leadership role in not only the local superhero scene, but the national one. In February of 2013...
I see we've got a third viewer here. We are watching the Phoenix Jones documentary. This is our first cast on Kick. We used to do YouTube Live, TikTok Live, but I'm over here on Kick focusing on this. This is our first documentary that we're watching tonight. Is Phoenix Jones, real life superhero, around 2011, right when Kick-Ass first came out. This guy he went out with the real deal.
He posted a video to his YouTube channel.
Yeah, everybody always brings up Kick-Ass, and I'll just say the first half of that movie is pretty inspirational, and then he just doesn't do some. He goes from defending someone from a group of people beating him while a bunch of people watch, and ask the question, I'm defending someone while everybody else watches and does nothing, and they're asking what's wrong with me. And that's a powerful statement. But he later curls into a ball while other heroes or another hero kills a whole room full of people. And it's like, wait, what happened to standing up for, like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, no, I hate the movie Kick-Ass because I loved the beginning parts of it so much, but I hate the movie Kick-Ass. But what I was actually stopping it to say was I really love the way you interact with your viewers. There's nothing I hate more than people online who just don't give a shit about their viewers. You obviously are taking the time to communicate with people as they come in, and you kind of rehash what we're watching. And that's really good for this video too, because you're rehashing what we're watching, and I actually didn't have to give as much of an intro. I could have just let you explain that. But yeah, no, I think you're a responsible content creator. I don't know if that's the right word, responsible, but I think that's admirable, the way you interact with your viewers and just lay things down for them like that. Or you had said before, like, ask me any questions, and it's like, that's cool.
Directly addressing other heroes, setting a strict standard of behavior he expected from them.
This is what's up. There's a lot of superheroes out here doing really stupid crap, and eventually we're all going to get shut down. You guys don't realize it, but there's a war going on out there that you don't know about. And that war starts with the government not liking unregulated anything in mass numbers. There's 250 of us to 300 of us walking around with absolutely no accountability. It's going to stop pretty much now.
According to Jones, heroes have been patrolling with illegal weapons, regularly breaking laws under a misguided notion of vigilantism. Phoenix was worried such missteps would cause a nationwide crackdown, potentially ruining the movement for everyone.
We really have to come together, get this whole thing together, get a regimented way to do this before we get shut down.
He's potentially ruining the movement for everyone. Even though there wasn't a single other person doing this level of crime fighting, where you're actually going out and fighting crime.
Jones considered his brand of her.
There's a lot of people who do very, I don't want to say brave things, but I mean, there are people out there who go into real life situations and interject in real life situations all the time. It's possible that Phoenix Jones has done it on a larger scale than anybody did before because he got the positive media attention and didn't have to hide. When you stop hiding, you really embrace your power as a symbol. In my experience, it's when you're hiding and creeping around and being like, "It's fucking Bigfoot. What is that thing?" Like that's a different symbolism. I'm not going to say it only serves yourself, but I feel like that's easier to serve your own ego rather than being a guy who explains what he's doing and it's out there, because a large portion of your time will be explaining to people what you're not about just as much as it is what you are about. And so establishing what you do and letting people know, hey, I raise awareness for suicide prevention, really calms down the public when it comes to people complaining about you, because people want to know you're not just looking for trouble. And it's like, I look for garbage and I raise awareness for suicide prevention. I will gladly jump in if there's a situation where, I don't know if I told I know I have told the story at some point in time, but I have hopped the railing at my mom's house, her apartment building there in the middle of the night, because this guy was following this lady, and she clearly was like, "Don't follow me," and he was following her, and I yelled from the balcony like, "Hey man, leave her alone!" Like she said, like back off. And he was just ignoring me. And at the time, I was wearing my cape and no shirt. I was just kind of doing my own thing in the house or in the apartment there, and so I jumped the railing like that. And she was going that way, and she just kind of ignored whatever the fuck those guys are doing back there. Like, she didn't even acknowledge either of us, which was fine. Like that's a way to avoid confrontation. But she continued on her way, and he went across the street. He's like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this guy doing coming at me?" And it's like, I didn't really want to fight this guy. I just wanted him to stop following her, and immediately he did. So mission accomplished immediately. But he was yelling at me from across the street like he wanted to fight. But he was also across the street, so I didn't really feel like I was in much danger. But then he whipped this glass bottle. I think he just picked it up and whipped it across the street, and it just kind of landed on the ground. And I was like, "Hey man, I don't want to fight you," and I just kind of waited. I was just waiting until she was far enough away that I was pretty sure nothing was going to happen, and he started going the other direction, and so I just went back inside and considered that mission accomplished. You know, like well, don't call the cops. Like, what's the point of calling the cops? Like, nothing happened, really. So that's my story of a thing that I did one time. And that's the only time Cat in Canada has got into like action or anything like that. And I may have even told that story in this series. I'm sorry if in this series I've told that story. But I like to bring it up every now and then because I don't get very much action, as it were. And but I think I handled the situation well. I used my symbolism to like get this guy's attention. I'm like rodeo clown. A rodeo clown is a perfect symbol for what I aspire to be as a real life superhero. I'm not going to fight a bull, but if I have to get a bull's attention to like stop like terrorizing the city, I will get a bull's attention. You know, like I would actually do that if it was like someone was about to die. I wouldn't do that for no reason. Be like, "Bull, come and kill me." But if a bull is about to charge somebody down, I have a cape. I'll go over and be like, "Hey, come on, look at me, you know. And yeah, that's basically what happened. I'm a fucking clown, but I have a purpose. Rodeo clown. Yeah. Also, I think they are really missing out on not making a version of the Joker originally a rodeo clown, because it is by far the toughest, hardiest of all the clowns. So he would be He could like I could believe a rodeo clown could fight Batman. I don't believe a comedian can fight Batman. You know, that's just my opinion. Sorry about the rant. I know we are once again not getting very far in this video, but I'm also here just to talk. That's what WOK talk is. I just talk about all my shit, and so this might just go on for a long time. For all I know, the series won't end by the time I go do my walk. But I do want to get done before that, so I'll shut up and watch a little bit more. But I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. Feel free to comment on any of it.
Heroics to be one of the few sustainable out there, but his crew was small, and out of 300 heroes operating across the United States, the Rain City branch only accounted for 15. Phoenix unveiled an umbrella organization he referred to as the Alliance, which acted as a registry for heroes where they agreed to several of Jones's rules, including wearing a bulletproof vest.
And now people are going to say, well, I just hand out food. Yeah, but I came along and I changed the face of real-life superheroes. Every criminal in the world who is aware of superheroes, when they look at you, they think that you fight crime. That's what they think you do. So whether you...
He did change the image of real-life superheroes, but I don't think he made superheroes being associated with crime fighting. That's what superheroes are in comic books. You know, like he didn't start that thing. Like people always have that notion of, oh, you're dressed like a superhero, you're here to bust me for doing drugs, and it's like, no. But that's what people assume so much. You are a symbol, and people will go, well, what does this symbol mean? Sometimes you got to carry a sign to explain it.
You want to go out there and hand out a sandwich or not, you're still in danger of being injured. Don't be stupid, be prepared.
The selection for new
I like that. Don't be stupid, be prepared. I really like that.
recruits in Phoenix's hometown
When they look at you, they
increasingly
think you fight
rigorous. And in an interview with KIRO Radio, Jones admitted to rejecting 100% of the incoming applications.
The Rain City superhero movement is hiring,
That is Evocatus, I believe, on the left with that awesome mask.
and applications are available right now.
So far, I've rejected 6 of the 6 applications I've got, where they're like, I'm 7 feet tall and super buff right now. I don't know if there's a mask that'll fit over my giant meathead, but it's cool. I just want to walk around and punch people. Let's go. And I'm like, no.
At this point, Phoenix had been patrolling the streets almost nightly for nearly 3 years. In the beginning, he was critical of inaction, or what he called sandwich handling, but his new focus seemed to be on personal restraint. Although martial arts or military experience remained a prerequisite for joining, Phoenix began to reject people if they showed any inkling of violent tendencies.
I think there are some people in the city who are up to no good and need to be taught a lesson. On the other hand, there are lots of good people in the city who get taken advantage of on a regular basis, and that needs to stop.
Second part of the answer, awesome. First part of the answer worries me.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You got to realize, the average person can have quite a lot of frustration towards the system, towards society, and they can have even your average person. There is no such thing as the average person. That's just any person can have this need for like vengeance or justice. It's like an innate human thing that we just have. Not everybody has it, but some people are just like, I'm obsessed with the idea of improving the world in some way or finding justice. And it's so hard to quantify. You know, everybody has a different idea of what justice is, and so quickly that's why you got to be so careful when you interject yourself in the situations, because one person's basic argument could blow up a little bit if a big intimidating figure comes into it, you know, and is like, hey, what's going on over here? And then everybody gets all flustered, like, why are you questioning me? Whose authority is it for you to question me? And is that justice? And so that's my contribution to what I think justice is just having a conversation about it. You know, like, I like that Phoenix is getting a little bit more cautious about who he's bringing in and things like that. But unfortunately, we are out of time, and I'm really enjoying the reaction. I just wish we'd go a little faster. Alrighty. I'm Captain Canada, Joseph Arthur Roszell. We're watching Aaron from Super Sweet Shirt Co. That's his channel, so check him out. And yeah, thank you for watching. I want to wish you all the luck in the world. I love you, and I want you to know that suicide is never the answer. And to prove that I really believe that, I'm going to carry a pallet 50 miles on May 11th, 2026. Thank you for watching. Peace out. For now.